of people don't know, and you have to educate these people.
And sometimes you also find that maybe they're not lying, but they're also telling half truths.
Yeah.
So you can start a podcast, for instance, like there's so much money in this, but they're not telling you what they are making. They're not telling you that, hey, by the way, like I ain't got no sponsors just yet. Nobody wants to sponsor my podcast. So they're going to tell you all of the great stories, and they're going to take like a little screenshot of like their biggest success, not highlighting any of the other failures that came along the way. I find that a lot as well.
Yeah, because I have another podcast that don't have anything to do with business, right?
Sit back and relax and get ready for another exclusive episode of the Online Marketing Secrets Podcast with Lopez.
This episode is brought to you by ERC. Let me ask you a question. Did you have a business during the pandemic with 5 or more employees? If the answer is yes, you might be leaving money on the table. All you gotta do is go to ercbankroll.com and you can get your money. The best part about this, it only takes 5 minutes or less to see if you qualify. Go to ercbankroll.com and put in your name, email address, answer 2 questions, click on the submit button, and you're done. It's that simple. And get your money. So don't wait. Go to ERC Bankroll. Ladies and gentlemen, back at you with another episode of the Online Marketing Secrets Podcast. I'm your host, Lopez. So like and share this episode. So today is gonna be a good episode. This is gonna go down as a classic. If you want to know what it takes to start a side hustle and be successful and never fail at whatever you're doing online or even offline, this episode is for you. If you ever thought about starting a side hustle or starting a business, this episode is for you. You're going to find out what it takes, because today I have another special guest. However, before I get into that, I would appreciate it if you left me a 5-star review in iTunes. Love it or hate it. Tell me what you think. I appreciate that. So today, my special guest, she's an entrepreneur, content creator. She's a marketer. She has a degree in philosophy, psychology, and English. She has honorary degree in philosophy and English. And she lives in Cape Town. And she's also studied copywriting, social media management, podcasting. She's very smart. She's a founding creator of her own marketing agency, which has a strong emphasis on branding and content creation, teaching and helping people how to promote their product and services online. My special guest today is Tamara. Welcome to the show.
Cape Town, but if you're asking originally, then that is East London, South Africa.
Oh.
So, small town, it's not as developed as Cape Town is. So I decided, I need to get out of that town. I need to move to a bigger city to pursue opportunities.
Oh, okay. That's nice. I haven't had the opportunity to get over there yet, but hopefully I will someday.
Oh, you should. Definitely should.
Yeah. So what got you started in marketing? I mean, because most people I know, they don't go to school for it. Very few people do, but the majority of the time, some people say, hey, I didn't go to school for it. I just got into it because of a lot of different reasons. So how'd you get started?
So my story will be similar to them. I did not study for marketing. This was in 2020. So previously I had tried starting different businesses, and the majority of them failed, or they did not get the results that I expected and I wanted. So in 2020, I took a step back and I told myself, okay, Tamara, figure out what is it that makes businesses successful. Because surely there is something that I am missing that all of the other people out there know. So I read a whole lot of books. I watched a whole lot of YouTube videos, got onto podcasts and all of that. And pretty much what I found, there was just this consistent theme that, hey, if you understand marketing and if you get your marketing absolutely right, you are most likely to thrive in business. Yeah, sure, product counts, having a good business idea is all good, but if you can convince people that what you have is the best thing ever, you are definitely likely to succeed. So I then said, okay, let me try and understand what marketing is about. And then I did a whole bunch of different courses in social media marketing, digital marketing, trying to understand different marketing tactics. And I was like, I enjoy this. This is so much fun. Like, screw the business for now. Like, I want to understand marketing and do this for other people. And yeah, I started my own marketing agency, Alaking Creatives, and I have not looked back since.
Yeah, that's partly the reason why I started. I started doing marketing because of myself. Because at the time, I needed more leads at the time I had a direct sales business, and I needed more leads, and I couldn't find anybody that could help me. So that's usually how most people get started. It's a necessity based on their own necessity. They had their own problems at the time, or maybe they couldn't. I had hard times getting jobs in the past. So I use my marketing skills to get jobs, to promote products, and etc. So that's usually how it happens. So now it's one thing to say that, hey, I love doing marketing and everything, but what made you say, hey, I want to start an agency?
Literally that person saying, oh my God, like, this is so interesting. Like, I want to be able to teach other people how to do this. And I just saw the opportunity as well, saying, okay, instead of trying to go back to my business, because at the time I was doing like blogging, a little bit of affiliate marketing, instead of trying to push that health business back up, let me just see how can I offer these services to other businesses. It was just a matter of, there's an opportunity and I've got the skill set, let me go for it. It wasn't really something that I took so much time to think it through. It was like, hey, do this. You feel like this is where you should be? Go for it.
Yeah, but how'd you even, were there people in your area like that started agencies? How'd you even know that there were people even doing that for other people?
The research. So I just did a lot of research and everything. So not everything, but like a couple of people were like, hey, there are marketing agencies out there. You can start your own little marketing agency by offering like sort of smaller services. So like, your big corporates, they would offer like these large scale marketing services to like PR, television advertising. So all of those, like, we're like, okay, there's an opportunity here in digital marketing to offer like niche services like your social media, trying to understand, okay, how do I become popular on Facebook? I am already popular in the mall that I'm situated in. That's some people know me, but like, how do I build that brand online and get a different sort of audience group to see who I am and what I'm all about? So it was just a matter of, I saw the opportunity and I was like, let me try this out.
That's good, because I started doing marketing when I started offline marketing first, And then I came online, and then, I pretty much never looked back since. But not saying that I don't do offline marketing, but a lot of people don't like online marketing because, things change. They change the algorithm from time to time or whatever, and a lot of people don't understand how things work, especially like clients. So what are some, I guess, challenges that you have with some clients? Because there's some clients that have like unbelievable expectations.
So you do find like some of those clients that have unbelievable expectations. So from that perspective, what I usually do is suss them out, like when I'm still trying to onboard them, trying to figure out, okay, is this client going to give me a headache or not? And if I feel like they might just give me a headache, I'm going to cancel that contract pretty much immediately, or whatever work I'm already doing for them, I'm going to be like, okay, you know what, after this project, I am done, because I do not need more headaches in my life. I've got too many other things to worry about. So when it comes to clients that are difficult or have like very large expectations and are not willing to pay for those large expectations, which also find those, like, it's fine to have large expectations, like, you want to be the best brand out there, but do not expect to be like a company like Coca-Cola or any other big beauty like Nivea or whatnot. Do not expect to be as big as that if you're not willing to put in millions of dollars year in and year out. You cannot come to me with a $500 budget and be like, hey T, please do your magic. It does not work that way. Yeah. So it's also about, hey, what is the person's budget and what are the expectations, and are they willing to pay for their higher expectations? So that's like one of the things. And then if, for instance, like another issue, some of the other issues that you find is that clients aren't willing to try new things. So even within the digital marketing space, like you said, like when it comes to offline marketing, just the transition to online is bad enough. But even when people are considering online marketing and they understand that, hey, this is a great opportunity, they still want to put in those practices from 2, 3, 4 years ago, that they know, okay, they've seen other people do this and they understand, okay, this could potentially work. So they want to be on Instagram as a beauty brand. But like Instagram's algorithm right now is absolutely poor. Like, you're not going to get organic traffic just by posting ordinary content on your Instagram. You have to try and think, okay, let's do reels. Let's move to different platforms like your Facebook reels or TikTok or YouTube shorts if you want to get that organic traffic. And then again, if you want to be on Instagram, then pay Mark Zuckerberg to be on the platform and get exposed to more people. So I feel like, so it's the whole fact that people are not willing to transition, they've got large expectations. That is pretty much some of the biggest obstacles that I have found as well, and I just try my best to work around them. When it comes to clients that don't want to try new things, I'm like, okay, cool, let us stick to what you want to do, and then I'll show you, hey, these are the results you are getting. And then as we are working, I'm like, by the way, there's something else that we could try. It's a little risky, it's a little something new, but if you want to get better results, because you could see the results that you're telling me that I should do is not working, let us see if you can try something else, and then work our way around that.
Yeah, because that's a big challenge for a lot of people, and I've ran into it too in the past when I used to do a lot of client work. I don't do a lot of it the way today because I do my own thing, but yeah, see, a lot of people, when they come online, even if it could be a startup or just a person that's probably had a business for a couple years, and when they come online, they want to be famous. I'd be like, hey, because they see other people, right? They see them everywhere. Every time they open their cell phone, they say, oh, I see him everywhere. He's on Google, he's on Facebook, he's on YouTube. And I'm like, hey, he spent millions of dollars to do that.
It's not the millions of dollars or a lot of time.
Yeah.
Like a ridiculous amount of time to get to where he is.
Yeah. But a lot of people are dishonest. Even those people that you see online a lot, they're dishonest with a lot of the new people. They'll tell them, hey, you can do it too. They don't tell them, they don't tell them how
The
they
behind the scenes.
Yeah, see, that happened to me. I when I first came online, I met people, and they were getting all the views and all the leads, and it was crazy. But they didn't tell me the truth. They waited until months later until I bought into what they had, and then once I showed up at the, they had a conference and everything, and they said, hey, I paid. I didn't start off paying, but I paid to get my ads in front of people. I paid to get my ads shown in front of the right audience, and these are some of the things that a lot of people don't know, and you have to educate these people.
And sometimes you also find that maybe they're not lying, but they're also telling half truths.
Yeah.
So you can start a podcast, for instance, like there's so much money in this, but they're not telling you what they are making. They're not telling you that, hey, by the way, like I ain't got no sponsors just yet. Nobody wants to sponsor my podcast. So they're going to tell you all of the great stories, and they're going to take like a little screenshot of like their biggest success, not highlighting any of the other failures that came along the way. I find that a lot as well.
Yeah, because I have another podcast that don't have anything to do with business, right? But people will see that, they'll be like, oh, you got over 250 something episodes. I'm like, yeah, but I don't got no sponsors. And I said the main reason why I keep doing it, because people want to hear it, and I can monetize it because I wrote a couple books and I created a couple programs. But if it wasn't for that, I don't know if I'd keep doing it because it takes a lot of time, and it's a niche market. Like it's a relationship and dating podcast, so that's kind of a niche market. It's not like a big market like a business podcast.
Business.
Yeah, and a lot of people, I found it's very difficult to meet people, to get to know people in that market as well, because some people, they don't want to show their face, or they just want to just do their thing. And
relationships are a sensitive topic as well. You have to understand that. Like nobody just wants to put their dirty laundry out there in public.
Yeah, so it's a niche market. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people will see and hear me, and they'll be like, oh, you must be making millions. No, it takes a long time. It's only been 2 years.
And trust me, there is someone out there that would have been like, yeah, of course, like I'm making it. Like I'm so successful, like I'm getting money. Like they try and hide the fact that, hey, they're putting in so much effort and not getting any financial sort of returns on that just yet.
Yeah, it takes time, and then people will say, well, what about the celebrities? Well, they're celebrities. I'm not a celebrity. I'm not a public figure. Now, if you're an entertainer, that's completely different ballgame. That's completely different. But if you're starting from scratch, nobody knows you. Maybe you know some people in that market. Great, but it's still going to take time.
It definitely will. And you know what, like talking about the whole celebrity thing, I want to start a podcast as well. And I've thought about that as well. Like, hey, why not position my business, my podcast, in such a way that it drives almost like an entertainment aspect as well, and not just the information that we share. So just a little idea there for anyone that's listening, thinking about starting a podcast, turn it into an entertainment business as well. So besides the interviews that you're having, like for instance, go out on coffee dates with the people that you are having an interview with beforehand, if you can, and then you show how you are going around having coffee, put that up on TikTok. It's sort of drive that entertainment aspect of things, and not just the informational part and the educational part.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good idea. I've told people that if you can pull it off, do it.
If you can pull it off, exactly. You have to have the personality for it.
Yeah, because I'm not around people all the time, so I'm not gonna be able to pull that off. Now, I mean, every once in a while, I go to the conference. I go. It might be the holidays or something like that. But I know, like this one girl, her whole podcast is set up just like you just said with that theme where she's hanging around with her friends at the coffee shop on vacation. They're traveling together. The whole thing is built around that, and that's great if you can do that.
If you can pull it off.
Yeah.
Like social media definitely needs a certain personality, and you have to be willing to put yourself out there in a way that is more vulnerable than just interviewing someone one-on-one. So yeah, it is. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's something that I'm also thinking about, because I had started like social media, like Instagram sort of content in the past, and honestly, like it's not that fun. It looks fun for other people, but like really the work that goes into that, first and foremost, the anxiety that comes along with all of that, it is huge, because you have to think like, oh my word, like here I am putting myself out here in a way that is vulnerable, and I'm not sure how people are going to interact with my content. I'm not sure how they're going to accept my content. I'm not sure if they're going to like me. So there's a lot of internal work that has to take place as well if you are thinking about doing that.
Yeah, no doubt. It definitely takes some time to get used to being on camera or just speaking in general, So how did you know while you were reading the books, learning marketing and doing it, how did you know, hey, was it a certain point where you was like, hey, I'm pretty good at this? How did you know?
For me, like the biggest thing is like the sort of engagement I get on my LinkedIn, and having people tell me like, oh my word, I've kind of applied some of the things that you've taught me and it works amazingly. So it is getting that sort of physical, I'd say, result just in film, because it is online. Like, it is your engagement, it is your likes, it is your growth. That is going to say like, okay, I think I know what I'm doing here. So on a personal level, like that was the first thing. And then again, for my clients as well, getting them the results that they want. I'm like, okay, they're happy with what I'm doing, so clearly I must be doing something right. I'm yet to find clients that complain like crazy about me. In my very first client, like there was just a major disconnect, and I'm sure they hate me. So like, but after that, like I was like, okay, let me try and understand the individuals that I'm doing business with first before I jump straight into marketing their business. And that is why I said earlier on as well, like, hey, I try and figure out, hey, is this person going to give me headaches or not? Because I do not want any sort of experience where I'm working with someone and they are not happy with me or my services. So I try and suss that out very early.
Yeah, everybody's not for everybody. You have to ask the right questions and see if you're a good fit.
100%.
Yeah. So, I guess, who's your ideal client anyway? In a perfect world, is it small businesses? Is it startups? Is it big businesses?
So right now, my ideal clients would be people that. So these are the clients that I'm currently working with and I enjoy working with as well. So these are companies that have been around for a very long time, but they've just not tried digital marketing just yet. So most of their sales came from in-person connection, in-person sort of meetings, word of mouth, and now they're looking for a way to get like inbound traffic and sort of organic traffic coming through. So those are the clients that I work with a lot, and I find that hey, because they've been in business, they as well understand what they need. Because I've worked with startups before, and like I now have to pretty much build your business plan for you, and again that adds an extra headache for me. So working with startups, like I literally I'm trying to move away from that as much as I can, and as much as I give a lot of information to startups, I now find that okay, startups now come to me, I'm like, hey, can you do our business for you? And I have to be like, no, please figure it out first, and then you can come to me when you are ready to scale to that next level. So my ideal client is people that have been in the business for at least a decade, so they understand their product, they understand their services, and now just require me to amplify that message for them.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. So being that you you're in Cape Town, you're not where I'm at in North America. So what's the tech could be tech world or business world like as far as using digital media? Is there a lot of companies using it, or I know over here there's very few companies that use it, that utilize it correct, that actually get any type of results. So most, I would say on average here in North America is probably 20% of companies are using it. So what's it like over there?
So when it comes to Cape Town, Cape Town is actually considered the tech hub of South Africa. Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone else, but I believe it's considered the tech hub of South Africa because a lot of businesses within this area in particular are more inclined to accept technology, newer technologies, and be willing to use that in their businesses. However, what I do find is that South Africa as a whole economy and businesses at large, they are not very in tune with newer technologies, and they're not always open to trying them. So in as much as we do understand, hey, there's social media, there is AI now, like we are very skeptical about trying things out, and it does take a lot of effort for you to actually finally get people to see, hey, this is a good opportunity, like this is the way to go. I remember when I started Alaking Creatives, I finally found the niche of digital technology, and I was trying to educate people about all of the newer technologies like your blockchains and your AI, and trying to make them see that, hey guys, here is the vision, like this is what is possible. And everyone was looking at me like I am absolutely insane, and I totally understand that, because at the end of the day, what is around you is the only is your reality is the best way to get sort of input. And if you're going to telling someone that, hey guys, this is the future, they are not going to really want to accept that just yet unless they see at least 100 other people within their industry doing it and doing it successfully. So I've had to tone myself down as well, in terms of trying to make my clients understand everything that is possible with digital technology. Because what I initially wanted to do was to say, hey guys, this is the future. And if you get into it now and understand it now, by the time it is popular for everyone else, you are going to be the lead in that. That was my vision, that was my intention, but people don't want that. They want what is happening now, and can I get that as well?
Yeah, exactly. So it sounds like it's about the same here in North America versus being over there. Yeah, a lot of people are not, well, a lot of companies are not open to it. And a lot of times it's because they don't want to pay. They'll be like, well, if we start doing what you're saying, we have to pay millions of dollars for that. We have to teach everybody that. And they'll be
100%.
They'll be like, well, I don't. They can't justify the cost in most cases. They might agree. They'll be like, oh, I agree 100%. Yeah, we should do videos. I should be doing it. But they say, well, how do I justify that the rest of my employees? That's where a lot of that comes from. And you have companies like, let's take a real estate company like Remax or Century 21, where they've been doing the same thing for 200 years. And I come in and I'll be like, hey, y'all should be doing videos. You should have your realtors do videos and online on Facebook, LinkedIn, and give them a call to action at the end of the video. They'll be like, that sounds like a good idea to me. But at the same time, they're gonna be like, no, we what we're doing, it's working. I said, yeah, to a certain extent, but you got a 70% dropout rate. So it's working for a small percentage of people. But at the same time, they said, you're right, but we can't justify the cost. So
they don't know what, if they're going to get that particular result that you are sort of projecting on them.
Yeah, and because the CEO or at least the highest person in the chain when it comes to marketing, they're afraid if they make a bad decision, they might get fired. So that's usually
or perhaps maybe like someone says the wrong thing on video, and now they've got like a bad rap. Everyone's cussing them out on Twitter. So I'm sure they also have to think about that.
Yeah, so that's where a lot of that the pushback comes from. So what made you decide to start writing? You wrote a book.
Yeah. So last year, I got an opportunity to be a ghostwriter. So I was writing like a whole lot of books for other individuals, business, marketing, finance, a bit of health, well-being, even like a bit of real estate. At some point, someone wanted me to talk about Airbnb businesses. So I was doing the research, collecting the data, putting together the books, and then just handing it over to the client. And eventually I'm like, I want to know what happens after I give my book away. Like, I want to see the process when it goes up on Amazon, when you put it up on Facebook, and start advertising it. Because I'm a marketer at the end of the day, so I wanted to know what happens after the product is out there. And that's when I was like, okay, let me then write my own book. So I had completely stopped writing any sort of ghostwriting books for any other person. And at the beginning, I'd say around March, I started writing Niche Up and Double Up so that I can promote it for Alaking Creatives and understand, okay, what does it take to market a book effectively? I had written one book for one of my clients who's a consultant, a business consultant. So we created a book. I wrote the book for her, and however, she just doesn't have time to market it effectively. So I want to see, hey, what can it take to make a book successful? So that is pretty much like the reasoning behind all of that.
Okay. Yeah, you sent me over a copy of it, and it's really good. So if you want to...
You've read it?
Yeah. If you want to download the book, I'll include the link in the show notes and everything, So
any critical feedback?
It's pretty good. Everything makes sense, based on my experience as far as how I go about prospecting and trying to get leads online, and regardless of what you have, really, because I pretty much at this point in my life, I've worked with almost everybody, except I'm not doing no adult entertainment. I'm not doing that, but I've worked in almost every area. Retail.
Why would you not want to do adult entertainment when you've got a podcast on relationships?
No, I'm talking nudity, like porn.
Okay.
I'm not doing that. No, that goes against my
sex toys.
I haven't even done that either. No, I'm not saying I wouldn't, but no one ever asked me, But definitely no porn. I'm not doing that. That goes against my morals.
I hear you.
Yeah. I'm not doing that. And plus, I'm like, hey, there's a whole lot of other people that can help you with that anyway.
Willing.
Exactly. So, but yeah,
that's such a good niche to be in for anyone that's considering it. Perhaps that could be an interesting niche to be in, trying to understand that whole market properly and finding ways to market it effectively on social media, because right now that is not allowed. So finding ways, how can you drive traffic from Facebook to your website or to wherever in a way that is not too explicit.
I agree with that 100%. And one of the things about people that do whatever they do in that niche, it's very limited. That's the first thing. And they have their little own networks. They have their own little Google AdWords. I forgot what it's called, but they got their own networks where they can promote their website, their videos or whatever. But it's a very small niche. So I agree. If you can figure that out, and
it's a small niche, but I also feel like because it is a taboo niche, not too many people are willing to admit that, hey, I am kind of curious about that life. So you won't find public information on it.
Exactly. That's what makes it so difficult. So if you can figure that out and become successful at promoting whatever they have over there. You can promote anything. because in the mainstream, the possibilities are endless. You have Google, Bing, Facebook, and etc. The possibilities are endless, you know. So I agree 100% with that, you know. So any last words?
No, not really. I'm just want to say thank you to everyone listening. I appreciate all of your ears. And thank you for bringing me on. I hope that anyone would download that book and find sort of valuable information from that. If you want to engage with me, you can find me on LinkedIn. That is where I play.
So all links will be found in the show notes. Like, share this episode. Tell me what you think below. Until next time, we're out. Peace.